Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your January 2020 Tarot and Oracle forecast. This is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising signs. We're going to be looking at a very specific theme for you for your general reading today, and that is achieving the impossible. So let's get to it. Messages for Cancer, January 2020, achieving the impossible. Cancer. All right, folks. 5-card spread for you today. As always, I will look at the bottom of the deck for general energy for the month. Starting out with this gorgeous King of Pentacles. Wow. 10 of Pentacles right underneath it. Okie dokie. We have our second king. We have our King of Cups here. Here's our 4 of Cups. Here's a little bit of a boredom. And then our 8 of Pentacles. So first, I just want to mention right off the bat, because I have not seen this yet so far. In the other readings is this entire lineup of Pentacles. No major arcana. I just want to point that out. No swords and no wands. We are, which I want to point out because sometimes what we have in front of us is indicative of what may be missing as well. So while we're looking at a lot of emotional energy and a lot of practical income and financial energy here and security, and there's even a sense of maturity here as well, there could be a sense of charisma that's missing, and there could be a sense of thoughtfulness and a sense of education and information finding that could be missing. Just throwing that out there. Let us take a look at the bottom of the deck energy for you. So as you know, bottom of the deck energy just means what's going on behind the scenes. It's the general feel behind all of these cards in action for the month for you. It's not a bad thing to have a couple of different options. 7 of Cups really just means that, first of all, the 7s are really just about an assessment, right? It's about, I'm in a pretty good spot. You've come pretty far, but now you have to choose. You have to pick something here, and not just 1 or 2 things, but picking something means letting something go as well, or picking something, you're going to add to this, right? Well, we know that this 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that emotionally doesn't serve you anymore. And if we took away one of these options, it'd be the 6 of Cups, and that would be looking into the past. So ideally, what we'd like to do is we'd like to focus on all things equally, right? Or we'd like to pick something to focus on right now. So where is your heart right now? And I think this is going to be the major focus for you. It could just be about emotional alliances at this time. We are dealing with a couple of people. There is some mature energy here. We're dealing with Scorpio and Taurus energy. I also want to mention that Taurus and Scorpio are opposite from the wheel in astrology to each other. We're looking at 2nd and 8th houses. This is both assets and the occult. There could be a lot of secrets here. There could be an enormous wealth or wealth potential within the world of the occult, within the world of the hidden, the mysterious. Let's get into that in a moment. But in terms of here with your 7, you have a choice to make, at least a choice to make, or a decision or something you want to focus on, but nothing really is terribly upsetting behind it all. Here in the project you're currently working on is, 2nd house Taurus ruled King of Pentacles. Of course, this is traditions, assets, income. This is property. This is inheritance, which strangely enough sits right underneath it. This is investments, RRSPs. This is extremely mature, as you can see here. It's mature money, right? It's, you could even be cashing out an RRSP type thing. Could be getting a kickback from an investment. Of course, 2nd house rules investments as well. I also want to mention that Taurus is Venus ruled. And this is beauty and art and femininity. It also rules the speaking and singing voice. So something having to do with the throat or neck as well. But in terms of the project that you're currently working on, this is a pretty solid situation, okay? I think you've got this is, if we were looking at the foundation to a house, for example, the foundation to a really nice house would be, say, this guy here, the 10 of Pentacles. That's a really nice house. You can hand it down to your kids. By the time we're at the King of Pentacles, which is your starting position, this is what you're working on, right? This is long-term security. And let's just call it wealth, right? Wealth and well-being. And it's very warm and it's quite rich in many different ways here. It has a lot to offer. You know, I would consider this, if it were an abode, to be more of a castle. Like this is very luxurious. I think you can even see he's wearing, you know, fur and stuff like that. Like, and he's got a long beard and he's kind of chubby. Like this guy really wants for nothing. Okay. So this is a really beautiful starting point for you in terms of the project you're currently working on. It just doesn't seem like you're too sad or going without anything there. So that's nice to see you're in a solid position. This is what sort of positive thinking you should focus on. Absolutely stunning energy, like I just mentioned. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It's sitting right under the King. Just is absolutely gorgeous energy. Straight up. King of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This is like, I mean, this, I'm not pulling any other tarot. I think in the future I might start, I'm going to be laying more cards on top to get, to qualify what's going on here. But this is really legacy. This is a great deal of wealth due to hard work, okay? Due to positive and constructive investment. So what sort of positive thinking should you focus on? Absolute wealth, okay? Getting everything you need, working hard to get everything you need. All your ducks are in a row. You feel really satisfied. You feel really stable. Okay, there's an incredible stability here that comes through all of these pentacles. So pleased to see these here for you. Really, really, truly about that, okay? What are you not seeing that you can use? This is your occult energy. This is your emotional wealth, okay? This is your psychic energy. Yes, of course, the King of Pentacles could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I get it. It could be any earth sign. But I'm going strictly by the rulership of the fixed energy of the kings, okay? And the fixed energy is always going to be Taurus. The fixed energy for water is always going to be Scorpio. So yes, it could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, of course. Cancer, you could be cross-watching. You could be Cancer Sun, Taurus Moon, right? If that's the case, you know, that's definitely your energy. The point of my readings is for you to use these to your health and well-being and your benefit. So I'm just looking at some major terminologies around these cards. He's really sweet. So you can see by contrast with the King of Pentacles, he's just sort of like, you know, when's dinner type thing, right? I mean, it's a sumptuous, luxurious, I'm not picking on him. It's very sumptuous and luxurious and tactile and generous and sensual, right? This is what the King of Pentacles exhibits. This is what he promises. This is what it feels like. By contrast, right, the King of Cups is like very sweet. It's like very kind. It comes from a very deep place. I do find with Scorpio energy, especially with the King of Cups, there could be an oversharing. So in terms of like our cups energy here, like who do you share with? Who do you trust? There could be some trust issues. Who do you share your hard work with? Who do you work with? Could be another theme here as well. I would kind of advise against occult matters in trying to fix the problems here in terms of, you know, black magic would probably backfire. Anytime we're dealing with magic anyway, we know the rule of 3, whatever you do comes back to you 3 times. So if you're dealing in black magic or voodoo, just don't do that. If you do, something is promised to be taken from you. It's just not worth it. Just work hard, stay above board. But where your heart really sits, what you're really emotionally focused on, it could even be on how to act. there's, say, 7 different relationships, 7 different people, 7 different environments where you're like, I'm emotionally this way, I'm emotionally this way. And you could just maybe feel torn in too many directions. This could be a nice message for you here in terms of what are you not seeing that you can use. I would look to maturity, right? Emotional maturity. You don't necessarily have to be the same with every person, because, that's not how it works. But you can promise to be the same emotionally mature person with everybody, and then let those communications and relationships develop, because you're already solid. Remember, we're dealing with 2 fixed signs here. The hardest things to change, and elementally in astrology, are the fixed signs. It's just the way it is. Mutable, they'll do and say and think whatever you kind of tell them to, and then they'll get distracted. And sometimes it's good, depending on how it's used. Cardinal, they have to be in charge. They're going to lead the way, and that's cool. They know how to do it. Fixed energy, if you want something to last for a long time and you know that it's solid and you know that you can count on it, you want fixed energy. So let this work for you. You want mature emotional energy here. There's a sweetness and a kindness and a compassion that is being offered to you here, where has been lacking, because this is something that you're not seeing. You're not seeing that you can use this. I would even add psychic ability as well. But how curious that these two are just, now they're not looking at each other either. I think there could even be maybe internally some sort of, maybe you feel like you're pulled in a few different directions. So this is intangible energy that can inspire you. This is boredom, right? So how can this card inspire you intangibly? It's about integrity, emotional integrity, doing the right thing. It's saying, I'm not going to be lazy about my emotions. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to let someone else dictate how I feel around this person, etc. Or about this thing. I'm going to take responsibility for how I feel. I'm going to own up to it. And I'm going to, be emotionally dignified and mature here, because really, when you look at intangible energy that can inspire you, this is the least inspirational card of the deck. It just really is. I feel like this is where you are. And the opposite of this is what can inspire you. And of course, I would say the 10 of Cups is what we'd like to see here, right? We'd like to see emotional wealth. So financial wealth and then emotional wealth. So you're definitely feeling uninspired, kind of like meh. There's a little bit of a meh feeling behind the 4 of Cups, but something is right in front of you. And I don't know why you're unable to grasp it, or you're insecure about grasping it. You're insecure about maybe your true self, which would be a crying shame. Maybe you're unsure about your true self, or not fitting in. Maybe these are a lot of masks that you feel like you have to wear, and it's emotionally draining. I don't know, but you're feeling pretty mad about it. I would get out of that zone and get inspired, get emotionally inspired about something, toward wellness and healing and positivity. Like I'd like to see these both 9 and 10 of Cups, frankly, for you, Cancer. Here's what you can achieve that is beyond what you're even imagining. So my dear Cancers, this is apprentice workmanship. This is nose to the grindstone. Do not look up. Do not pay attention to what everyone else is doing or saying or needing from you, or emotional unavailability, or picking and choosing who to get along with and who not to get along with, or trying to read people's minds or something like that. Just don't do that. Keep your nose to the grindstone, because I swear to God, and I've been reading these, I read every day, and it's been years. I don't recall the last time I saw these jump out together, or come out of the deck together. Like this is stunning energy. Hard work, absolute wealth, well-being, financial investment, personal power. I would even say home ownership, legacy, grandparents, assets, a raise at work, new sources of income. This could be another avenue as well. This could be several different sources of income now that, so I'm sort of looking at these two together as well. Like, where do you focus? I would pick them and then focus all of your heart and soul into each and every one that you decide to focus on. And that's it. Don't focus 10%, a little bit here, a little bit there. No matter what you choose at the time, just focus it all. Give it your all. Because the Eight of Pentacles, especially in your what can you achieve that is beyond what you're even imagining, capital W, work. Just keep working on it. Work toward your dream. Keep your eye on the prize. Get out of a sense of boredom. It's really shutting down your emotional sense of well-being. Eight of Pentacles is also mastering something. It is mastering your art. It's mastering your emotions, your financial wealth, your legacy. This could be an empire. Goodness knows how many Cancerians are watching this. But you could be building an empire right now, and you just need to feel a little bit more inspired. And it could just be directly through practical work. Maybe, and it's so interesting. Remember at the very beginning, I said no wands, no swords. So stop thinking about it. Stop trying to start from scratch and just nose to the grindstone. Keep working on what you've been working on. Don't give up. Don't overthink it. Don't switch gears at this time, and really try to be honest and true from the heart with whomever you're dealing with. Like, don't switch up yourself and your emotional well-being and, your personality and your likes and dislikes and all that stuff. Don't switch that up due to the company that you may be keeping any given moment. That is not emotional maturity, right? That's emotional immaturity. So you want to get out of that. If that's the case for you here, you want to avoid boredom, emotional boredom for you as well. Create some loving excitement in your life. What a nice card. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It really is safe for you to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved. I am going to suggest that this has to do with income, assets, finances, resources as well. Open your heart to give and receive the highest benefit, okay? The highest benefit of all. You can do it. You can do it. All right, let's get a couple more cards for you. These are my oracle cards. That was the Romance Angels. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, so we have Poised here. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually, frankly, rather grateful we didn't see any swords. There's really nothing to think about right now. You need to continue in your apprentice professional direction and, be emotionally aware, be emotionally present, be emotionally mature, right? You want to help. You can even help someone else through a difficult time in the month of January. Poised means that you have everything. You really are up on a pedestal here. You got yourself here. You're ready for the next step. You're ready for the next level. So level up. Don't be afraid. There could be some sort of this, and this happens. This is human nature. There could be a sort of a feeling, right? If you do better than someone else, you don't want to tell them. You don't want to make new friends or switch up some peer group or even interests or that type of thing, because you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want to leave anybody behind, that type of thing. But they'll either catch up with you or you'll meet people in that vibe. So, you can't live your life for other people, Cancer, either. You gotta live your truth, right? Here we have balance. This is excruciatingly important no matter what is going on, for really no matter what sign. Balance is really important here. It's really obvious that we're talking two different elements, right? The balance between the heart and the practical world. So really remember to be kind and generous and thoughtful and emotionally available to yourself and those around you while working hard, keeping your eye on the prize, and enjoying your reward. I think this is going to be part and parcel of creating that balance, actually, is once your heart is in alignment, then I think that the wealth will show up or be provided to you, and vice versa. Once you can have all the wealth in the world and be emotionally unsettled or dissatisfied as well. So it could be that you have all the money and the assets and, everything looks tickety-boo, but there just feels like, well, why do I feel like something's missing? Why is there this sense of boredom here? So you can fix that for yourself. We're dealing with incredibly stable energy. I want to mention as well, 2 kings, fixed energy. These people, this energy is not going to change its mind overnight. So you're really stable. We're dealing with 10, which is an ending and a new beginning. And it's pentacles. So it's a big earnings. It's assets, ownership, property, something that you can leave to somebody else. It's pretty important. The 8, which of course is infinity. But it's also 8th house, right? So 2 cards dealing with Scorpio in my estimation. And then of course the 7, which is 7 is the number of magic. And it's also the number of reassessment, reinvention, realignment. Something needs revisiting. And then of course the 4, right? The 4 is just all about foundations. It's about stability. It could be that something was emotionally exciting and just kind of got dull because it didn't have everything you needed. It wasn't deep enough. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. This is, if you've been watching me for years, you've heard me say the hummingbird is my favorite card out of that entire deck, my medicine card deck. 44, everybody. What did I just say about the number 4 and the number 8? We're dealing with an enormous sense of stability. So really just keep your nose to the grindstone. Try to stay positive. Really, I think the biggest task for you in terms of achieving the possible will really be to get to know exactly who you are, what you're made of, and what you're capable of, because good times will come and you'll get to enjoy that, but you'll also be challenged here and you'll need to know what you're made of inside so that you can count on yourself, okay? Because everything's going to shift. Things are always going to be shifting externally to us. So know thyself, dear Cancer. But absolutely stunning card to end on. We have hummingbird. And of course, this is joy, J-O-Y, joy. Absolute, yeah, I'm going to say it, absolute bliss. There is a feeling of accomplishment, spiritual, emotional, physical, and even intellectual wealth. Anything that you consider joyous or that brings you joy is extremely important to you right now. Keep balance between the heart and the practical world. You do have what it takes. Open your heart to give and receive what belongs to you. And congratulations. Honestly, this is a very, very beautiful reading for you, Cancer. And happy New Year, everybody. It is 2020. Let's do this. I really wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.